About a few videos ago, I made a Central Cee type beat and I didn't go quite as expected just because I thought I didn't fully catch his vibe. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I made a proper Central Cee loading type beat. Let's hear a quick preview. Like the original Central Cee song, my beat is based around samples. In my case, I have a piano and a trumpet sample. I'm gonna show you where I found it and how I tweaked it to fit to the beat. Then I'm also going to show you the drums and the bass line. Let's get started. The very first thing I did was to find a piano sample. I just went on YouTube and looked for some jazz tunes, and then I found this one and I thought this really fits what I want to do. Let's just listen to it. For copyright reasons, I don't think I can play more of this song, but you can check it out. I can put the link in the description. I just imported the song in Logic Pro. And now the first thing I want to do is to pitch it. So I'm just going to pitch it down by 2 semitones. Alt, arrow key down 2 times. Let's listen to a sample in a new key. The part I want to keep here is that piano intro, so I'm just going to chop it. Let's just hear if it's on time or not. We're lucky because, as we can hear, it pretty much works without even changing the BPM. But there are some beats that are out of time, so I'm just going to tweak those beats using flex time. And then I put it to polyphonic because there are different notes played at the same time. And now I can just zoom in and put everything on the grid. But I still want to keep some organic feel, so I'm not going to fully quantize it. Just a little bit. Something like that, for example. Now I can chop it and make it into a loop. Here I can do some fades to have a smoother transition. And now we have our main piano sample. Very nice and pleasing. What's really characteristic to a Central Cee beat is the trumpets. Here what I need to do is to find a trumpet sample that would fit with the piano. My go-to website for one-shot samples and loops is Splice. You can just go there and type keywords or just look through different sample packs they have. There are so many of them and it can be quite specific. For example, in my case, I found this trumpet sample pack. I'm just going to play you a few samples and then I'm going to show you which one I choose. Yeah, I quite like those samples because they're quite organic. There's really like some texture to it. There are quite a lot of them, as you can see, but that's the one I chose. Very, very nice. I decided to download 3 samples that are very similar. Let me just import it onto Logic Pro. I can just drag and drop it from the app. You just have to be careful with one thing, is that when you use different samples, make sure they're in the right key. So here, for example, it doesn't quite work yet. It sounds out of tune, which is normal. I need to pitch those new samples, and pretty much all the time they give you the key and BPM on Splice. So here it's in A sharp minor. The key of my piano sample is D sharp, and you can find the information just by searching it on Google. Here I'm going to match the key. So from A sharp we need to go to D sharp, so you can just count it. So you have A sharp and then B, then you have C, then C sharp and D, and then D sharp. So that's plus 5 semitones. And now they should be in tune together. And that's the case, it worked. What I want to do is to chop my samples and to change it a bit, and I also want to blend the 3 different samples together. So here, for example, I'm gonna cut the first note. Let me put the other samples after it. Always remember that you can tweak everything, so here on that last note I'm going to pitch it up. And this gave us a nice resolution. And after a few different attempts, this is what I came up with. It's a nice evolving melody, it doesn't stay the same the whole time. For me, it's really all about that piano and trumpet samples, but of course we still need to add some drums and some bass, so we'd have a full beat. Let's look at the drums. Let's listen to the whole kit, and then I'm going to show you every single element. It's actually quite straightforward. I have a kick, a snare and a hi-hat. And that's the kick by itself. As we can hear, I try to not overdo it. For the snares, I have 3 samples playing at the same time, just so it gives me a new sound. And the hi-hats are quite simple as well. We're all good with the drums, let's move on to the bass. For a drill beat, you need a bass that sounds like this. And you also need some slides. Here's a trick for you, try to have your bass line playing alongside the kick. I really hope you enjoyed it. In the description I'm going to put the links of everything that I mentioned today, meaning the link for Splice, the original song, as well as the link to listen to the full beat. You can leave a comment and let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. I see you next week for next video. Bye bye!